Scorpio, and welcome to your August 2018 love reading. So I've already posted my general readings and I've sort of looked at your cards here and where it's all going, and you've got quite a funny combination of cards here. I think either you or someone that you're interested in or someone that you're in a relationship with is wearing a little bit of a false mask here. Okay, someone's not being totally honest with what they're feeling, actually. And it's funny because your best path to follow is the card of cooperation, working together, pulling your energies together to try and understand what's going on between you. Okay, for some of you it could be someone that you work with, but the Three of Discs in a love reading is about growing feelings, but a desire to come together to understand what's going on. You've been asked to be flexible, so when flexibility turns up, there's sort of a message to try and be very open and not too rigid, because I cannot help getting the feeling that someone's not been honest here, because the Devil's turning up. I love the Devil card, but because of some of the other cards, there's just this feeling that I've got that there's a little bit of an imbalance. I don't know if it's you or someone else. The outcome is the reconciliation card, and your outcome is the Six of Cups, okay? But there's definitely a feeling of holding back. The Ten of Wands has appeared, and sometimes when the Ten of Wands appears in a love reading, it's because there might be that this might be a third-party situation. It can quite often are too many responsibilities, too many burdens on the relationship, and something's not flowing very well. Yeah, because the Lover's card just showed up with the Devil card. So what's just behind you is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a card about transition, change, and moving forward. It's also about flowing with your emotions. I find the Six of Swords quite a peaceful transition card. It's definitely about moving from one place to another, but I cannot help getting the feeling that there's some complex issue going on here. You're moving into the Ten of Cups. Brilliant love card. It's the highest you can get. It talks about happy completion of some sort of cycle. It's the happy family card, whatever that means. But it tends to point to, after a storm comes light, comes this new beginning. The rainbow's here. That's what you get when you've been through difficult times. The Six of Swords can speak to peace after difficulty as well. So there's definitely a really, really good energy. But then it's complex, okay? Because your initial outcome of this cycle is a Devil card. It can be a Capricorn. A Devil card represents a Capricorn card. It also can represent still feeling quite oppressed. So it's an interesting dynamic. You're moving forward, you have this happiness, then there's a little bit of a moving backwards, okay, into a bit more of a difficult place. So your best path to follow is the energy of cooperation. Yeah, working with others, but there's definitely a sense of you being at a crossroads, because your environment card is the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands tends to represent decisions that have to be made. But with the Two of Wands, there's a part of you that already knows, okay? Because you've picked up the Ace of Wands, which tends to be about passion, being really attracted to someone, but you've hit this bit of a roadblock, and maybe you're not going forward and making decisions. For some reason, I've got a feeling that two people are not pulling together here to understand something or to move forward, because your hopes and fears are the Five of Cups. So maybe for some of you, you fear being honest, you fear working with another person, so you fear rejection, or this is maybe someone at work, okay, and there's some reason where you feel that you can't quite approach this person. Because the Ten of Wands is showing up, sometimes either you or the other person is not totally free to enter into this bond because you're carrying 10 Wands. If it's not because of another relationship, it's because of other issues they have going on. But with the Five of Cups, remember, it's a card of perception, because there's 2 new cups behind you here. But for some reason, you're focusing on the more darker side of things. There's much more an energy of looking at what's not happening or what can go wrong, rather than turning around and picking up these 2 new cups in order to work with another person to understand what's going on between you and them, because there's something going on here, okay? Your outcome is the reconciliation card. The Six of Cups is one of my soulmate cards, because a soulmate is someone who mirrors back your emotional world to you. You see a part of you reflected in them, but it's with the Ten of Wands, okay? The Ten of Wands is that card about being burdened, or the other person being too burdened. So I think this is linked to the Devil card, and why it's almost, there's a really great relationship energy around you. The Six of Cups, the Lovers, and the Ten of Cups shows that, okay? But there's also an energy of something feeling a little bit stuck here. What's stuck? Okay, the new beginning is stuck, okay? So there's definitely this passionate beginning. There's a Ten of Cups, there's a lot of love around you. And I don't know quite why. Either you're blocking it, Scorpio, or someone else is, or there's circumstances that are blocking this relationship. There's no 3 showing up, which is quite interesting, because the 3s tend to point to more, there's a 3 of discs, okay? So when the 3 of discs appears, it might, quite often, there might be finances or career issues that are involved in this. So maybe there's something complicated going on here, guys, okay? So the 3 of discs would mean maybe there's someone that you're drawn to, but because of financial obligations, or because of their financial obligations, there's something that's preventing this relationship moving totally forward. Personally, I think it is moving forward, but there's energy that has to be worked through, because the Devil card is a gateway card, and it seeds our path with obstacles, things that we have to overcome in order to break through to a whole new way of being. And that's sort of what you're pulling here. So you definitely have got a little bit of a complicated reading. I am going to clarify this Devil and this 10. Yeah, okay, very odd. You got the message of true love, okay? That this could be a relationship of a lifetime. But someone's not expressing themselves, because you've been asked to express, to go ahead, to go forward, to express feelings. Because the more difficult side of the Devil card is about oppressing feelings, keeping them hidden, keeping them buried. And it can very easily turn quite into difficult energy if you're not opening up, if you're not being straightforward, something needs to be expressed here. And it's definitely about attraction, it's definitely about love. And the Ten of Wands tends to point to some sort of issue, a feeling of being burdened, having too many responsibilities, or the other person who, and it's preventing this relationship going forward. Do I think it's going to go forward? Absolutely. But there's some sort of communication here and some sort of working together that needs to happen if you want it to, because we can always choose to live in a way that's oppressive and unhappy, if that's what we desire, or we can choose to express our feelings, because it's going to go down well if you express your feelings. There's still these 10 wands, there's issues to be dealt with, but that's the Devil card too. Our path always has blockages and it always has things to overcome, okay? Interesting reading, guys. It's a combination of a lot of really good stuff with some difficulties, okay? What to say, okay? But finding a way to express yourself is the answer here. I'll see if any signs come up. I don't know. I haven't got any people appearing apart from the potential for a Capricorn, Gemini, but the signs don't own the cards. It doesn't work that way now and again. But you're at a crossroads. I think, yeah, you're going forward. Look, this is what's pulling you forward. This is an energy that can't be prevented, by the way. I wouldn't even bother trying. But there's 10 wands. And there's a lot of hidden feelings here that are not being expressed, Scorpio. Really, really not good for your health, guys, okay? Okay, you can get me directly. My email's in the About section. Okay, and if this isn't you, someone else is mirroring this for you. Someone's not expressing how they really feel. Okay, guys, bye.